Het like update. I hope you're all keeping well and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making what I'm going to call a fluke rake for the flukes. And I've made two of them here. As you can see, it was just an idea that I had in my head when I was sitting watching the TV. So I've made a couple of them up. The first part of this video is me making them. And the second part I'll be trying them out on the beach for the flukes. So what do you think? Do you think they'll work? Or they won't work? Will I manage to cast them? Too much dragging the wind? Just let me know if you've any other different ideas for making rakes for flukes. I haven't seen nothing like this. Maybe you have. If you have, let me know. And I'll ken that I haven't made up something new. Anyway, a bit of fun making them. And a bit of fun trying them out. And will they work? I don't care. But I'm going to give them a go. Now, I'm going to call it a fluke rake. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to make it. I'm just going to kind of let it come together and see if it happens. Now they're fine and springy. So I think that's just ideal for a job. Now I've done a few sketches in the house. With my idea. And this is what I come up with. Then I can even see this in the camera. So that's the idea. And I'm just going to throw it together and see how it turns out. And then if I'm happy enough with it, I'll try it out on the beach. And you're never sure, might work, maybe won't. But one thing's worth a go. I've got a wee TIG welder here that I bought 2 or 3 years ago now. And I made out of stainless steel handrails on our boat, the Rachel May. And I haven't used it for a long time. And if somebody's used a TIG welder, when you're welding with them, if your hands are a wee bit shaggy, it'll stack or it'll burn. Again, they've got to be set pretty accurate for whatever thickness stainless you're welding. And if you haven't welded with a TIG for a long time, it takes a minute to get back into the wire with again without making a mess. It's all hopped up with all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'm just a wee shed and I've got much stuff to do with the boat and fishing rods and stuff. I've no room. I've just actually got a wee channel being the centre of the shed. The TIG welder's a lot of stuff in top of it. So I'll try and shift all the stuff, haul out the welder and see if I can get up that again. Found a fillet and knife and it's a good one. Look at the mould on it. Gee whiz. That's my water tank. I used to take out in the boat when I was transporting live codling and laying and stuff like that for the aquarium. It used to be in Peterhead. But I think gathers up in the shed. you gotta get moved. Spare batteries. Now, Hannah made it's my dog Skipper. Barking at some bear or something up the road. Or some old wifey. Nee, dude. Now, car going up now. Anyway, Hannah made no measurements on this thing. It could be this size or it could be that size. I'm just going to let it come together and hope it all works out. I'm just going to try and bend this in half. It's working out about 19 inches, just over 19 inches. I think that's going to work fine for me. It's a wee bit like doing water diviners. They're going about searching for water. And in fact, I worked with a lad in Almoney years ago. It was a job in the council. And this morning, he took a wire out his car, something like this, I can't mind the exact shape of it. Oh, in fact, it was 12 wires he had. And they had bends on the, on the ends of them. And he held the ends like this. And he was walking about in this park, and I'm following him. I actually thought it was a wind-up. And he's walking about with 12 wires. And the other. They had bends on him like this. And he's walking about with 12 wires. And all of a sudden, they would just come together like this. And he would step back, they would appear. Then they came together. And he says to me, "Oh, that's for the pipe is. We was searching for broken water pipes." And I didn't actually believe him, you see. I thought this is a wind-up. So I says to him, "I'm no falling for Eddie." And he says, no, it's no wind-up. This is how you find the water, you see. So he says to me, "Look, put them in your hands." So I put them in my hands and I'm holding them like this, you see. And you have to hold them not tight, you have to let them like sway about like that. And I'm thinking, oh, he's winding me up. But anyway, I says, oh, I'll hold on to them. He says, no, just walk over this way and just hold him left. So I'm walking over a bit, and sure enough, the wires come in like that. I get back and out the gate. And it just shows you the money was telling the truth all the time. And that's how they find the water pipes. I think they've got water divining or something like that. Some of you out there will probably have seen that before or heard it. But that was years ago. I'll never forget that. The money with the 12 wires. And it fairly worked. But anyway, getting back to this rig that I'm inventing. Maybe somebody's thought of it before, I don't know. Maybe there is such a thing as this. I mind there was a lad out in our boat, and if he's watching this, he'll ken for he is, Liam. and he had like a wire thing, and we was being at the Huddicks idea, and there's a lot of flatfish when they grown being at the Huddicks, because it's soft grown, and he put this wire thing out. I can't remember if it was a straight wire with a couple of traces coming off it. This is going to be a different kind of style of thing, but it's a similar idea to fit Liam had out in the boat. Yeah, I was often interested in the thing, yeah, to see it working in it. But anyway, this is my idea. And I'm going to call it the fluke rake, because it's going to be like a, you know, you want garden rakes, but you rake a grass, rake a, that's Floss barking now. Floss! Skip a right minute and Floss the next minute. But anyway, it's, you know, you want garden rakes that you rake your grass with, rake a grass with. Similar to that kind of style, okay? So I'm hoping to make it maybe that wide. What would that be? Twenty and a half inches. Round about that. I'm not going to be over fussy with the measurements I know, because it's just an experiment. Maybe it won't work. But this thing, I'm hoping to, I'm going to take this to the beach and I'm hoping to cast it out. Now, obviously, that's a dog at the shady door. The gate is open. Oi, you didn't hear Skipper. Skips. You coming in? Oi. There's Skipper coming in for a look round about. Come on in, she'll let you get out because I'm going to be welding, Paul. Come on in. How did you get through the gate? Floss, pick up your ball. Come on, Skips. Oh, stay there. Again, you're working in the shade with me. Right there now. Right, I can't mind for a ways now. Yeah. Aye. I'm hoping to be casting this with the beach rod. And obviously a thing with that kind of size, you're not going to get a long cast. But if I can get it out a bitty, and the plan is to head sitting for maybe quarter an hour, 20 minutes, or if I see a bite, and then I'm going to slowly wind it in. And as it winds in, it'll make a bit of disturbance in the sun, and hopefully other flukes will chase it and grab the hooks. But anyway, that's the start. And I'm hoping to get another 2 wires in here, maybe four wires maybe. I was planning to have 5, but the hooks will maybe tangle together, Ken. And I've just got to get short snoods on them, put short snoods on, so they don't tangle together. So I'll maybe just get 4 wires, Ken. That's a second in, and I'll just do the same thing, just bend that in half, try and get it as centered as I can get it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's just an experiment. Now, what's the idea? I'm hoping you see us on the camera. I can't have the camera's far enough back. That's the idea. I'm planning to weld this so in here, like that. I'm hoping to put a weight doing, like that, for casting out, so it'll get. This is not going to cast off far. I'm hoping I can do it a bitty, just to try. It's going to be really interesting to try it. We'll see if I can TIG weld that. It's been a while since I've used this wee TIG welder, so I hope I don't make a mess of it. One bit of here has to be sharp, and as you can see it's new, so I'll put it onto the grinder and make it a bit sharper, just like a dart, so it welds a bit better. My hands are not as steady as they used to be, and you really need steady hands for TIG welding. But we'll see how we get doing. Right, that's a wee bit better. So we'll get that back into the nozzle. I can't mind for the kind of thing, but it seems a wee bit too thick for the job that I'm doing just now. I really need a thinner range. I mean, I have pockets, I have thinner range. So I'll give it a go and see if I can get a DMAS again. But a thinner tip would have been better for this job. If I didn't get it set right. I used to be no bad at TIG welding, but I don't know if it's an age thing. When your hands are getting a bit more shockier and your sight's not so good, it ends up harder to do. It's a guy roosty vise, and you really need to get a recht teert on it. Can't even mind for a switch was. I'll turn it down low kind for a start. Now I'm just making sure the gas is filling up the pipes before I start, because if there's only oxygen coming out for a start, it'll just burn the thing in bits. This is one welding masks that comes on its cell. There's stew and everything inside. I'll get that dicht and I'll get back to you. Right, I've got it a wee dicht now. I'll push it, and if the screen is black from it, it's working. Yes. Try it again. Perfect. Now that's what happens when you start welding. You can see your bitty, as soon as you start welding, it gets black. So that's working. I'm bending this bitties here because I'm going to put a swivel on each end and then squash them in. Just a small swivel. Hook it over here. Just like that. That circle clip I was trying to put on here was way too small. So I've put a different clip on it, and that seems to be working fine. I've put on a 5-ounce weight. I didn't want it to be too heavy for casting out, and I didn't want it to be too light either. That's the idea anyway. Whether it works or no, I don't care, but it's good fun trying different things, isn't it? You don't care if you not try. Now I'm going to open it out a wee bit. It's not the boniest of whales. My section is good now, and my hands are a wee bit shocky. So if you're doing really thin things with a TIG welder, you need to have a steady hand. And of course get the right settings. I had to put a thinner rod tip into the nozzle and another gas nozzle bitty for directing a gas a wee bit wider. As you can see, that didn't work it a lot better, but it's still not a bonnet. It's doing a job. We'll make up a couple of wee snoods now to trail off of the end of them. Now I'm not going to make the snoods long because they'll tangle up with each other. So I'll just need to make them just enough so the hooks are barely touching. So it can cast out and it will not tangle. They didn't need to be long, I didn't think, in this rig, but when I can, till we try it out. Right, I put 2 hooks on already. I think they're 1/0 hooks with some beads and a shiny furly thing to attract them. There are 2 hooks to put on. I'm thinking and putting on some pop-up beads. Look at my glasses. Keep putting them away, and I can't see where I'm putting them without my glasses. The next hooks are going to be, I think it's a size 1 again, and a couple of floating beads, pop-up beads. Got the dog end off. I'm not sure if I'm putting on as lasting. I could put on a sand eel. Something like this. Wee sand eel. Same size of hook. A 1/0 hook. I could maybe put that on. A couple of the floating pop-up beads in the front of it. And I don't know, it might float up a bit and swim as I'm winding in. And maybe attract a bass or something, I don't know. You just don't know until you try. Wait or not. Pull it tight. Snap off again. Well, I like to eat a good bit. Probably a bit more than everybody else. Now, a couple of floating beads. Whereas you can hardly see a thing, even with my glasses. Would 2 be enough for 3? 3 be too much? I don't know full muckle buoyancy that things have. I should actually try it in a basin of water, but I'll just leave it 12 on and try it. I was going to put on wee swivels, American snap clip things, but I've run out of. Now they would be awful handy for us, because you could have 2 or 3 hookies, different styles, sand eels, beads, bonny shiny furly things, attractor things, and you could just clip them on and clip them off. I did hear the snap swivels, there may be in a boat. If I get them, I'll maybe mock up some rigs, fin them at the beach, trying a shoot. I've got other hookies to try on, maybe different size of hooks, sand eels and floating beads, just ordinary beads, and I can clip them on, clip them off. Now what's that? I hope you can see it in the camera. This was my idea when I was sitting in the house last night watching fishing videos as usual. The idea is hopefully Flux will chase after it and grab a hood with the hooks. I'm not awful happy with the hole just drilled through the lead on the weight. It's a weak point that this can rub away and cut through. So put a thin bit of stainless welding wire tied onto the clip here and onto the end of the weight. So if it was to cut through, I've still got a hood of the whole frame. Now I'm going to wiggle it about a bit like this, the hooks, see if they're touching, see if they tangle. And they don't seem to be tangling. For a folk out there that hasn't got a welder handy, I've done a seam with tie wraps. So I thought to myself, well, if somebody can weld it, if you want to make it yourself, I've actually put this in on with tie wraps. You see that? And it's still doing the same thing. It's just as good. I don't know how long the tie wraps will last. If you was using it a lot, it would wear. but you could replace the tie wraps. So if you want to make that, try it out yourself, or just watch the end of this video and see if it's going to work. For I tried it. I found the American snap swivels that I'd lost. I have a few of them more back here. They were in a wee jar. I'm making up some snoods that I can just clip on and clip off. That things has got beads and yon shiny, I don't know what you call them, shiny things, attractors. I've made up some with small sand eels and with the pop-up beads, the floating beads. So the idea is for them to float up and hopefully the sand eel will swim like that as I'm towing along. So I've got 4 of them to try, and I can just clip them on, clip them off if they're not going to work. You're never sure. As I said before, if you didn't try, you'll never can. So that's the sand eels. So I can't wait to get to the beach now and try them out. So this is me at the beach trying out the fluke rake. Check this out. Well, that's me at the beach, and the fluke rakes are in the water. I tried to get a wee bit of footage in my camera. This is my phone I'm using just now, because apparently my battery's flat in my camera that I usually use. So that's obsolete, which is a shame because I was wanting to film it casting out. The phone's the only thing I've got, and I can't really hold on to it and cast at the same time. So that's them in the water. Bonnie Beach. I'm not expecting anything in this beach. I don't usually fish in this beach, but the other beaches I've been working, the wind's been coming from northwest and it's all big bracken motion, so it's impossible to fish with things like this anyway. So it's freezing cold today. As you can see, there's snow lying the ground. But I've got a wee bit of shelter on this beach. The wind's coming off of the land. So it's just to try these things out. That's my, like you can see my tripod up over the back here. And I've just seen a camera off it because, as I say, I know it's maybe the cold weather. It's knackered the battery or whatever, can, but that's what's happening anyway. I'll give this things 10 minutes, quarter an hour, and then I'll wind them in slow. See if I get anything. If I do get anything, I'll try and get it on the phone here. But I was wanting to get it casting out. I'm not getting a far cast, which I can't add anyway. But it's gone out. A lot of times you don't need to get out far for a flounder. You see, tide's coming in and they come in with the tide into the shallow water. So, I seen here he's been twitching, but it's maybe just that wee brackers that's coming in. It's a shame my camera's not working because it's a fine chance to try these things. Okay, I'll get back to you if there's anything happening. Well, lots of snow and there's no fish, but I'm getting costed out a bit, and when I'm winding them in, both rigs were sitting bonny and trailing being the bottom. Perfect. There was no tangles. So whether they'll be like that all the time, I don't know. But as I said, I wasn't expecting a fish here anyway. But I mean, it's just to try them out, see if they cast and they didn't tangle and they come in. And they're doing that. So I'll give them a minute longer, just in case there's a fish. It's another bonny beaches to fish on, but I have not caught smuggle on this beach before. I'm not going to bite over long because it's just too cold. I can hardly work my fingers for putting bait onto the hooks. I just wonder if these things will work better in clear water, so they can see the beads and the disturbance in the water when it's moving. Yeah? I'm not going to give up on these things. I reckon they'll catch fish, and a bit for there is fish. Yeah, and so I can't wait to try them out for a can. I'll get something. As I say, I couldn't get that mark today. I mean, it's just too coarse for trying this kind of thing. But so far, the trials is doing good. Look at that snow up in the sand dunes. That's a bonny. This kind of weather, you need a hut like this. Keep the logs warm. There's a lot of folk walk their dogs on this beach. So it's a really busy beach with dogs. So it's not ideal for fishing. The dogs will just run on about and eat your stinky bait. To watch, you ain't got any hooks lying about. Not sure they're off back the wall, just in case. Ah, the dogs love this beach. As you can see, there's no fish. I wasn't expecting fish, as I was saying, but that's a water up to me. As I was saying, there's no fish, but the bait hasn't been touched. As you can see, the bait's still, the bait's still on. So I'm not going to give up on this thing. As soon as I get a chance, I'll get to the beach with hay and I'll get a fish, and that'll give him the best chance. But tide's beating me. High water's 4 o'clock and it's near high water now. I've just been here about 3/4 of an hour fishing, something like that. Now, if you like watching the videos, mind and put a thumbs up underneath them, and a comment about what kind of gear you use for the flatties. If you think this thing is going to be on the ice. And if you haven't already subscribed, mind and subscribe to my channel. And it'll help me out a video. So I'm going to make another part to this video. So watch out for part 2, or the fluke rake, or the fluke rakes, store them. Okay, that's it for now. I'll catch you after. Tight lines and watch your sails. Well, looks like I'm trapped. I'm marooned. So I'll hit a double back and get up over the dunes.